In this video, we're going to talk to two owners of player-owned houses in World 330 at Remington, the most popular place to go to other people's player-owned houses. People go here to change their spell books, go to the Gilded Altar, and teleport various places around RuneScape. But today we want to find out what it takes to be a popular host, how much money you could make, and what it takes to get started. All right, this should be a fun one. We have Pyramid here, and if you're not familiar with this person's name, they host this meme house that is like a dungeon of trap rooms, and if you want to get to anything, you're going to take the longest route to get there. So I've been stuck in here a few times. I've learned my lesson, but it's still funny to pop in here occasionally and see that they're still doing it. But I'm curious, who knows? Maybe people love this stuff and they give them some money. So let's see if we could get some answers out of this person. I'm curious, why in the world are they doing this? I mean, I'm sure they're just, bored and they like to mess around with people. They do a good job of it. And I think they've sparked the inspiration of a few other people, because there's some other houses like this now. A few years, that is crazy. Curious, they have the tip jar. The tip jar is right there. They gotta have received some money, right? Yeah, they've received some tips. Big time. This is so interesting. Big time. I mean, there's people with a ridiculous amount of money that they're just gonna, throw it away. They'll enough to fund membership for the account through bonds. Wow, that's a good amount of money. And there's not like a crazy amount of people here. Wow. I would have to imagine that it took a little bit of time before people realized that, and I kind of like took a joke about it, because I'm sure 99% of the people who came into this house were just trying to, get to a portal. No, it took no time. Wow. Yeah, I'm thinking that most people just wanted to get to a portal, change their spell book, go to the altar. Don't make as much as the other hosts. Okay, I mean, that's fair. There's not that many people in here. People keep the burners lit, yeah. Okay, so, wow, so they have some insight. So they say that they make between 30 and 100 mil a day. That's crazy. This person's genuinely looking for a workshop, and they don't realize that this is just a freaking maze. That is so funny. Let's see if they can give us an answer on how much a day that they make. Nothing near that in the tip jar. Yeah. But, I mean, over time, that's why. Funny guy. All right, I have to know where they got this idea from. V3. Yeah, I think that was the first person I saw that he said, oh, wow. So this person knows that guy in real life. That's crazy. Yeah, V3 is somebody who I saw doing this method. First, I didn't know if it was Pyramid or V3 who was the originator of the idea. That's just a name that I've seen around a lot. I've also seen Pyramid around a lot, but I've used player-owned houses less and less recently, so. Wow, that's funny. Appreciate it. If you're bored and you don't mind getting trapped in a maze, go check out Pyramid's house. I'm sure they would love to host you. All right, that was pretty cool to get to talk to one of the famous trolls of the World 330 Remington portal. Now we're going to bring in a real-time host who actually just started hosting a few hours ago, so we can get some first-hand experience of what it's like just starting out and what we can expect to make right from the get-go. So let's get into it. First question, how long have you been hosting? This person's name doesn't sound too familiar to me, so I wonder if they're maybe new to this. They also, all right, there we go, 2 hours. That's cool, because it's cool to have a experience of somebody who hasn't been doing this for months and months and years. So maybe we could get like a first-hand experience of what it's like to be a host. So typically I would be asking here, how much do they make per day? But this person just started hosting 2 hours ago, not a penny. Okay, so I mean, we know that it's not a consistent moneymaker. Yeah, and they're not surprised either. So not too surprised. Kind of curious what their plan is, though. So we have to go a little bit off script. I wasn't expecting to find somebody who just started hosting 2 hours ago, but let's go ahead and ask them something about maybe their plans. So, I mean, I would have ideas. So, I see a lot of people advertising outside the portal. I think they like maybe have alternate accounts or pay people to just say their name. Just because I think some people don't know to use the board advertisement to join people's houses. So, some people are literally just wait and wait for people to say, you know, go to this person's house. So, I mean, that could be an option. I'm curious if they have any ideas. I think in this case, so this host had like 84 construction. So I think if they boost, they could have a max house, but by default, they're not at the top. And, you know, I think that's hurting them in this case. So keep the burners lit. Yeah. So, yeah, and pay people to advertise. Okay. Yeah. So I guess they're not max. They need to have 87 mage to have their portal to be finished. So I'm assuming they mean their portal nexus and to have like all the teleports through there. Don't have the barrels teleport. Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, it's a small thing, but I guess that one person who comes here looking for a Barrows teleport is not going to come back. They're still kind of testing the waters out. Today was mostly for giggles. Yeah. I mean, you got to start somewhere, right? I mean, if you have a lot of time in your hand and you might not know what to do, I think coming here for a few hours, you know, not a bad idea. I mean, there's some people using it. I mean, they have one person using it, but there's a few other people in the house. Yeah, Workless is like the most well-known one, but honestly, that's the one that I don't really like going into because there's so many people, and I think that they have a dungeon in their house, so it just lags when I go in there. So this will be my last question. I'm just kind of curious if there's any requirements to get listed on the advertisement board outside of the portal. I don't know if it's just like a right-click situation, you know, and you advertise your house. I guess not. So maybe there is literally nothing you even have to do to get your name on there. Maybe they just like show all houses that are open. You want to get 99 construction to be rank higher. Yeah, so I think that the sorting is by construction level. If you're looking for a house with not too many people, but 99% of the amenities you're looking for, check out 1 Core 922. There's some spaces in there, so make sure you get those spaces, but maybe they'll see you around.